Vice President Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is ruling out legalization of the use of motorbikes for commercial passenger transport by the current regime. The Vice President's position is at odds somewhat with communication from the Transport Ministry last week about ongoing consultations with stakeholders on the matter. The opposition NDC has promised to regularize the okada business if it is elected, and there have been suggestions the governing party may go ahead of its main rival. Speaking at the signing of an MOU by VW and Black Ivy on the production of affordable homes and affordable cars in Ghana, the Vice President said rather than legalize okada, the operators should come together and seek rather to buy cars to transport passengers.
There's been a recent discussion about okada in Ghana, this motorcycle transport. I think that in the context of what we are doing, we would rather encourage the okada riders to come in and try to buy and lease these vehicles so that they can run businesses. They need to graduate from this risky and less safe okada riding to a safer means of transportation. Their problem will be a lack of capital. But if you bring in new leasing policies and we have our national ID cards with our digital addresses and so on, we can have a credit system working and give you an option other than this risky, you don't want to finish graduate school and then you make a life in okada riding. You can have a better option, and we will give you a better option. So yes, we will not legalize okada business in Ghana. It may be a tough decision, but it is in the interest of Ghanaians. We have had discussions, but we will stick to our decision to provide a better alternative for the okada riders. Let's give them opportunities to buy safer vehicles, to lease safer vehicles and pay over time. And I think it's a better option than what the alternative is.
Joining me via Zoom is Executive Director and founder of Top Tech Transport and Logistics, Cecil Gabra. Cecil, your stance on the controversial subject is that you are against the legalization of the trade. With the NDC bent on legalizing it when it assumed office, does that change anything? Mr. Gabra. Mr. Gabra, kindly unmute for me.
Can you hear me now?
Very well.
Okay, right. Yes, so for road safety advocates and the Association of Road Safety Management, we are in line with the government's decision not to legalize okada. We are looking for the safety of Ghanaians. I have said this several times that instead of us legalizing okada, it is much more better and appropriate to have a manufacturing plant to sell to Ghanaian workers, farmers, motorcycles and tricycles so that they can manage their own affairs. Because if you have a motorbike and then you are using it for commercial purposes, obviously what will happen is that you will be killing people, honestly speaking, because you will wish that you make money as soon as possible, and therefore your opinion rider's life will be at a very serious risk, okay? And then don't let us be confused with what people are thinking of delivery services by motor. It's very different from picking passengers as they become opinion riders. What it is that whatever be the situation, if your brother is seated behind your motorbike, you'll be much more very careful than any other passenger. And then, these guys make a lot of money. However, if we are comparing what is happening in other countries to Ghana, I would say for now that we must not encourage it at all. Of course, you look at the laws, LI 2180 to be precise, Regulation 1280 states categorically that you must not pick anybody behind you as opinion rider and charge the person Right. So for me, our association of road safety management, which is made up of consultants, medical doctors, and so on, are quite happy. We just had a Zoom meeting, and we are happy about the initiative from the government to say we are not going to legalize okada. When we legalize okada, then we'll have a lot of accidents. If you look at what is happening in Rwanda, Rwanda has got a better system than us, whether we like it or not. They have even gone ahead to give the riders vests to identify them and so on. Right. They even have apps that you can call an okada to come to your house to pick you to wherever you want to go. Fine, it is faster. But 80% of the accidents in Rwanda are caused by this same okada riders. So if African countries are saying that, look, their brothers and sisters are dying, why do we Ghanaians say we are going to copy them? So it is wrong for any political party to say that, oh, okay, when we come to power, we will do it, so vote for us, please. And I say it without fear or favor that nobody should do that to invite such people to death. If you bring in the okada and say you're going to legalize it, then the whole town, already we are suffering. 10 years ago, when okada started, we spoke to the police. The police said, oh, we're going to tackle it, we're going to arrest all of them. But what are we seeing? I feel the best thing for us to do now is to look at the enforcement. Enforcement is weak, whether we like it or not. We need more policemen, we need more equipment for them so that they stop this okada.
And so not even regularizing it would make it better. But again, the vice president says instead of regularizing or legalizing, they would rather help them purchase vehicles, locally assembled vehicles. What difference does it make?
Driving a vehicle is safer, okay, than riding a motorbike, my dear lady. Right? If you are riding a motorbike, all your body is exposed. If you are driving a vehicle, you are saved by the doors and the pillars in the vehicle. If even you have a rollover, that's in an accident, you are even secured if you are wearing your seat belt. Do we have motorbikes with seat belts? No. The tricycles that we have don't even have seat belts. And if they have, we don't have pillars to support you in any form of accident. In fact, it's not the safest thing that we should encourage at all.
But you also have an interesting view of how to prevent the okada carnage. You say if we assemble the bikes locally and make it affordable, it could reduce the carnage. How is that?
Yes. Okada picks at least, I'll say, I wouldn't like to say poor people as such, but people who don't have vehicles, people who cannot afford to buy vehicles, right? They patronize okada. However, if we look at them, let's pick it up that you're a messenger from working with the ministries and then you want to get to work, right? If you have your own motorbike and you are trained by a proper driving school on how to ride a motorbike, obviously that saves your life. I mean, do you know for a fact that even motors must not ride in between vehicles in the middle of the road? Motorcycles must select the outer lane and ride, and therefore, if there's anything at all, they should stay in the outer lane. Okay, but what do we see in this country? They ride in the middle of the road. They do not have any respect for the traffic regulations. They run the red lights. The police sees them, and they cannot do anything because they are handicapped. But if you yourself have your motorbike and it is red, nobody will tell you to stop. And we see it all the time. Those who have big bikes, I mean, those respected people who respect the laws will stop at the red and then wait for the green before they go. And even the green lights that we see doesn't mean you should go. It means you may go if there's no other vehicle or motor rider coming. So if bikes are assembled in Ghana and given to you, myself, fine, we'll be disciplined and then reduce the carnage on our road. But then if we encourage okada, if we encourage okada and say that, look, we should give motorbikes to these young people and even train them honestly speaking, they are not trainable. It is not going to work. And they are rather going to continue to kill people. My dear, speak to Kolebu Teaching Hospital. I am challenging multimedia that they should go to Kolebu and go and get the real facts about motor accidents.
Cecil Garba is has been speaking on the risk involved in legalizing okada. He is a road safety consultant. We've been trying to reach the Transport Ministry to react on this matter, but they're yet to do that. Stay